Well, the gamers, along with the tech folks, have been in an uproar recently. Did you guys have to go through any outages recently when Meta went down and was it YouTube was out?
Thank God I was busy.
Yeah, I couldn't log on to LimeWire at all. All my Kazaa servers were down.
So with all of the intertwining of technology, are you guys worried at all about kind of a blackout from the tech side at all?
Yes, because people will go crazy.
Well, people did go crazy. That's the problem. It was only for a few hours, and people lost their minds. It was on Super Tuesday when all of that stuff happened. So because the social sites went down, a lot of the senators and all of them, they couldn't, put out their propaganda or whatever they wanted to put out. So they were very upset. Then advertisers lost a bunch of money because they couldn't advertise during those times. So it became stock market issues but it became a real money loss just for a couple hours of social media not being accessible. That's crazy to me to just think because they couldn't advertise for those hours, they lost a bunch of money. That's how.
But that's telling of the nation. We go crazy as soon as you cut off our social media. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Are we children?
Well, yeah, as I'm going to say, but you've seen them take a PlayStation from a child.
Right.
Yeah, but normally the child does something bad to deserve that.
I could take anything from my children right now, and they would assume that I had a good reason for it, and they'll just be like, "Fuck, I guess he's gonna explain it later." They ain't gonna wild the fuck out.
From an adult standpoint, because you guys are obviously old enough to know how to responsibly use social media, but are you worried about any privacy issues or any of the stuff they're always talking about on the
all the time? Okay, that's why I'm not on social media.
Well,
I just have placeholders.
You got the digital placeholders. They got a lot going on right now with social media. I don't know if you saw the thing about TikTok is trying to stop from being banned right now.
Yeah, they've been trying to do that forever. So no, we don't want that foreign crack. We want it to be good old American crack.
Right.
And he's 100% right about that because they're only bugging about TikTok because of who it's owned by. They just want to change the ownership. They don't want to change the app at all.
They don't want to change the app. They don't want to change the algorithm. They don't want to change the data collection. They don't want to change shit.
Nothing.
They just don't want to
change the ownership.
I'll tell you what they did change. I think was it Universal, whoever that music company is that owns all of that music. They took it all.
UMG.
Is UMG? Yeah. Took it all off the app. Like I mean, there's music, but it's like from I guess I want to say local producer. Like you can't use Drake music or any of them people no more. It's just a bland ass app.
Default operating system like ringtones.
That kind of stuff. Well, here's the thing I wanted to ask you guys about because they made it such a big deal and they basically fearmongered the American people into feeling like TikTok is some communist hack that's getting ready to happen, but they only wanted to change the ownership. They don't want to change the app at all. So how's it a national security risk if they don't want the data collection to happen in the US, not over there. So they're not lying. They're just saying that we know it's a bad thing and it's happening and the information is ending up over there. They wanted to have it land here so they can track all your shit and know how to control you and learn how to build algorithms to make you do what they want you to do. That's what they're already doing with the other stuff already.
It's all brain.
Yeah, but they're not as good as TikTok though. And that's it.
TikTok is shit. I mean, it's all right. It's like, TikTok's all right.
TikTok is the what I used to call that drink back in the day? I used to call it the ogre and satin slippers. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we had this drink, man, in the studio that you would drink and it would just go down so smooth, and then all of a sudden you just can't get up. You know what I mean? So I call it the ogre and satin slippers.
Bananas.
Yeah, yo. But so that's what TikTok is. Yo, I do not have an account on TikTok. I've never been on TikTok, but I wanted to see what it was all about. So I went on a web browser on my computer, right? And I just went to the front page and scrolled a little bit. It had no information on me, so it was showing me some shit in Arabic. It was showing me some shit in like West Africa and like the Philippines. And I was like, all right, that's cool. I'm thinking I'm on there for 5 minutes. Nigga, that was 30 minutes I was on there. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah. And that's how they get you.
This shit is yo. I said, yo, that is the devil, yo. It's a masterful time suck.
It's weird because there's a TikTok, I guess, tunnel for everything. Like they got horror talk, like where you just watch 6 twisted 3 or 4 minute videos from people, like AI stuff, conspiracy tunnel, racism tunnel, like
the trans tunnel,
and that's the thing I don't like. Isn't it always? Isn't it always? No, but the whole thing is the main problem that I had, 2 main problems that I had, but they are related with TikTok, was that you have less choice of what you watch, and that algorithm is evil. It will give you what you want, but it knows how to nudge you in areas that you don't normally go, or that it wants you to be.
I was arguing with people on there. Remember telling y'all about getting blocked off of people's lives? Because it was like, it took me to nothing but people arguing. And I like to be entertained. I don't like to argue. Like, a debate is fun, but just people just mad because somebody's male. You're like, that's the whole thing. I just hate you because you that. Like, I can't control that. So you can't just be mad at me for that. Let me fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of things I can do to really allow you to be pissed at me. But that's how the app was. It kind of steers you into this, I don't want to say negative space, but it just always seems to end up at somebody arguing about some shit.
Rage causes reactions, and reactions are eyeballs and it's interactions, which gives you an interactive user that you know is there, which is somebody you can advertise to. And is more likely to give up more information about themselves. You know what I mean?
Advertisement is a big piece. That's what the U.S. wants. You got to think about it on TikTok. I know, Bravo, you're not really on there like that, but I have a couple of folks that I know who own businesses, and they use TikTok as the way of advertising, I guess, almost for free or for a very reduced price. And on TikTok as well, they have a lot of those, I hate to call them Chinese knockoff products, but they have a lot of that stuff on there. And so that's who's marketing. That's who's marketing utilizing a Chinese-based app. So the U.S. wants to convert the ownership so that they can start advertising to you based on that data that we're talking about, using U.S. business and U.S. Products to market to the people. So it's like they basically are upset about not getting the money off of it.
Right, they're getting cut out. They're getting cut out of that business.
Cut out of it.
And here's the thing.
They did the same thing with marijuana. It was the same thing. They just didn't like being cut out of it. Now they just, we're going to take over.
How effective are ads, really, yo? I don't know. But here's the thing. My view on it is skewed because I roll with people like y'all who are too smart. And so ads don't really work on us. We're like, that's kind of stupid, right? You know what I mean? Right. But like, I'm just like, how effective are ads and why? You know what I mean? Like, does it tie into them making us dumber by divesting in education?
Explain what it is.
Yeah, let me hear this, Brick.
When you were young and you would go to the mall, you go to the clothing stores or the game stores, whatever, but you just like, man, I want to buy something in here. Like, all this shit, I could buy something. And I don't think women ever lose that. Like, they still want to go to the mall and buy shit, but if you go, you're like, yo, did you get everything on the list? Like, you're standing behind her. You're ready to go. You have no intentions of buying, but that's where you are in your life. Now, take yourself back to that time and imagine somebody giving you a phone with TikTok and seeing, hey, they got a Nintendo that has like, it's got like 500 games on it, and it's only $19.
Right. It's got to be legal. Shit.
And you know what's crazy? I bought one of those fucking things from that stupid commercial, and the joysticks didn't work.
Right.
And I'm not sending it back. It won't even make it back.
It won't make it back. And neither will your money.
But that's my point. Yes, these advertisements, they are advertising everything. People are multimillionaires from selling their links, like, you know, for the Amazon shit.
Yeah.
You know, this has a little shop thing at the bottom of whatever their post is, and people click on that shit and buy stuff all the time, bro.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that y'all don't know about affiliate links. When y'all go to your favorite YouTuber or whatever, and you use their affiliate link, and you buy stuff, if you do not close your browser out, they see everything that you buy. Everything that you are buying, they see it. It comes on their stage.
Advertise that shit.
No, seriously. The many YouTubers I go to, like Paul Hibbert, Home Tech, there's a bunch of people that I've seen have said, yeah, y'all buy some weird shit. Yes, it shows them what y'all buy. Because if you don't close that session out, you are still using their affiliate link, and they still get a piece off of that.
And there's some cookies in that bitch.
Yes, sir, the cookies.
And I'm tracking cookies.
It's all about the cookie.
So I'm just gonna throw this out there. The U.S. has never been very good at hiding real intention. I just think the public at times, we just try to act like we don't see that. But when you say to us, we just want them to divest the ownership of this company, or we're going to ban it. Not they need to stop collecting this type of data or doing this type of advertising or whatever. Nope, just we want to own some of it, and then we'll let them keep doing what they're doing.
I respect the honesty. I respect the honesty.
But it's only honest. It's only honest in the way of the words if you listen to them. They basically tried to make it, something where they want people to be worried about the Chinese Communist Party disseminating bad information. And that's what they're technically worried about. I don't know if you got the little pop-up, because I was on TikTok earlier. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, whatever day it was. And there was a screenshot that came up that said this ban was about to happen and that we needed to contact our local Congress people so that they would vote no. Now, I didn't do that.
That's propaganda. That's propaganda.
And that's what they're saying they're worried about.
Have you seen the differences between American TikTok or everybody else's TikTok and Douyin, the Chinese TikTok? Have you seen the differences?
It's like healthy and educational.
Yes. It's an educational app. It's about pride, nationalism.
The U.S. regulations allow that. That's not the Chinese people that allowed that.
I'm just saying that they're doing this on purpose. They're not selling drugs at home. They're selling it to everybody else. They're trying to weaken everybody else, distract everybody else, while they pollute the world and build their economy. That's what they're trying to do.